if everybody's in agreement with that.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna jump right into the annual meeting. Okay, so I call tonight's annual meeting to order. Welcome, yet again, no. I would entertain a motion to approve tonight's annual meeting agenda.
So moved.
Great. Is there a second?
Second.
Kim, we're ready to vote.
Online voting is open.
I'm a yay.
Thank you,
Gotta
Director
get to the right
Clausen.
meeting.
All votes have been cast and the motion carries with all directors voting in favor.
Thank you. First item is the appointment of Leslie Finger as treasurer and Kim Colvin as board secretary. I don't know if there's any discussion or
I move to appoint Les Finger as treasurer and Kim Colvin as board secretary.
is there a second?
Second.
Kim, we're ready to vote?
Online voting is open. All votes have been cast and the motion carries with all directors voting in favor.
Great. So now I will administer the oath to the treasurer and the board secretary, and I'll start with the treasurer. You can stay seated, you can stand, I don't care. So, do you solemnly swear that you will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of Iowa, and that you will faithfully and impartially, to the best of your ability, discharge the duties of the office of treasurer in the Iowa City Community School District as now and hereafter required by law? If so, respond, I will.
I will.
Thank you. Congratulations, I guess. Next up will be the oath for board secretary. Kim, do you solemnly swear that you will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of Iowa, and that you will faithfully and impartially, to the best of your ability, discharge the duties of the office of board secretary in the Iowa City Community School District as now and hereafter required by law? If so, respond, I will.
I will.
Thank you, Kim. So next up, the board secretary will assume temporary chair as we proceed to elect a new president and vice president.
Do we need a motion to appoint the secretary as temporary chair?
Okay. Charlie?
I move that we appoint board secretary as temporary chair for election of board officers.
Second.
Kim, we're ready to vote.
Online voting is open. All votes have been cast and the motion carries with all directors voting in favor. All right. As board secretary, I will preside over the election of school board president. Please remember, nominations are not motions, so there is no second required for a director to be nominated. If you are nominated to office, please verbally respond if you are willing to accept the nomination. Once the nomination has been accepted, it would be appropriate for the director making a nomination to provide affirmative comments on why the nomination is being made. However, it would be inappropriate for other directors or the board as a whole to discuss or debate the merits of directors who have been placed in nomination. The floor is now open to receive nominations for the office of school board president.
Kim?
Yep.
I nominate Director Malone as president.
Thank you.
I accept.
And we're nominating the vice president now, too.
Nope, we're just doing the president right now.
Thank you.
So hearing no other nominations, the floor is closed to nominations for school board president. We have a nomination, Director Malone for school board president. You have a yellow ballot for the board president at your seat. Please complete the ballot and pass it over to me. With all directors voting for Director Malone has been duly elected to the office of School Board President. I will now administer the oath of office upon the President. President of the Board, do you solemnly swear that you will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of Iowa, and that you will faithfully and impartially, to the best of your ability, discharge the duties of the School Board President in the Iowa City Community School District, Iowa City, Iowa, as now and hereafter required by law?
I will.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
We will now use the same process for the School Board Vice President vote. If you are nominated to office, please verbally respond if you are willing to accept the nomination.
Kim,
Yes.
I'd like to nominate Director Williams as Vice President.
I accept.
Thank you. Hearing no other nominations, the floor is closed to nominations for School Board Vice President. We have a nomination, Director Williams, for School Board Vice President. You have a blue ballot for Board Vice President at your seat. Please complete the ballot and pass it over to me. With all directors voting for Director Williams as School Board Vice President, she is nominated to, or excuse me, is the successful candidate. I will now administer the oath of office upon the Vice President. Vice President of the Board, do you solemnly swear that you will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of Iowa, and that you will faithfully and impartially, to the best of your ability, discharge the duties of School Board Vice President in the Iowa City Community School District, Iowa City, Iowa, as now or hereafter required by law?
I do.
Congratulations. President Malone, you will now preside over the rest of the meeting.
Thank you. All right, everyone. Next up, we have several annual approvals before us. The first one is determining, my computer is not cooperating.
President Malone,
Yes.
may I propose that, that someone move to approve all 11 of the items, that's items 1 through 11 of the annual approvals, all in one motion?
That's possible.
To make it clear, I could just move to approve them specifically, could just read them out so the record's good?
Sure, unless there's anything that anybody want, okay, let's do that. We can take a motion and you can go ahead and read that motion.
All right, I move to approve item 1, determine time and place of regular board meetings. Item 2, the 2022-23 board committee assignments. Item 3, school corporation council approval. Item 4, adoption of all written policies, guidelines, rules, regulations, and procedures. Item 5, adoption of all written student, staff, and district handbooks. Item 6, program of studies. Item 7, appoint district multicultural gender fair MCGF designee. Number 8, district calendars 2023-24, 2024-25, 2025-26. Number 9, equal employment opportunity and affirmative action plan. Number 10, Community Education District-Wide Advisory Council, CDAC report. And number 11, the physical education waiver.
Is there a second?
Second.
Is there any discussion on any of those items?
President Malone, I would just like to make a comment and ask a question of the superintendent about item 10, the Community Education District-Wide Advisory Council report. It's a very interesting report, and to me, this is a very interesting aspect of this district that I have never appreciated except when we come to this meeting and I have to look at the report. So I just wanted to say, Matt, that this report on page 4 of the actual report itself, page 5 of the document in our screen here, has a section that shows the academic growth of students in this program. And that the academic growth that's shown in this report for this year, this past year, was that, I'm just reading it, it says reading 87.2%, math 84.1%. Now, to me, those are significant numbers, significantly high numbers for this particular student population in our district. So I hate to put you on the spot here, but maybe someone on the staff can say exactly what those numbers are. They appear to me to be 5 or 6% higher than the numbers the year before. So I'm thinking this is a good thing. I just want to make sure that I understand what it is, that it's a good thing.
I think it is a good thing. I might ask Laura if she has any better detail than me, but the way I'm reading that or read that, Charlie, is that's 87.2% of the students made reading growth, or 84.1% of the students made math gains there. Not that their overall percentage went up that way, but unless Laura reads that differently, I think that's what it's basically saying, is about 84% of the students made growth in math, not that they.
That's correct.
Yeah.
But to me, that's really,
Yeah.
that's a high number. Looks to me like it may be getting higher than previous years. So when I'm thinking about programs that we have, initiatives that we have that work, I hope this is one that we emphasize.
Sure, I think that's a good point. And just back to our strategic plan, you think about that number we set at 60%. Remember, most students grow, right? And then we really have to figure out the things that help them grow the fastest, because we're really trying to close those gaps and make sure they get more than that year of growth. So you're right, we have to look for those evidence of success that we have, and this is certainly a good example for us to hold up that, okay, what are we doing here that we can repeat, right?
Good. Thank you, President Malone.
Thank you. There's no further comments or discussion regarding any of the 11 items. I think we're ready to vote. Wait, did we have, yes, we had a second and a motion. Kim, we're ready to vote.
Online voting is open. All votes have been cast, and the motion carries with all directors voting in favor.
And before I adjourn, thank you, Director Pilcher Hyatt, for saving me from having to read all of those. So with that, I would open it up to entertain a motion to adjourn our annual meeting.
Can I make one comment real quick before?
Sure.
Real quick. I just want to say I really appreciate the work we've done on these calendars. And I have to say now, working in another district, like this is talked about. You know, this is envied, that the way these calendars work, that people, you know, really, and I'm talking from a staff perspective, I think people see this and they're like, why aren't we doing this? I mean, that's what I'm hearing. And so, again, this could be a way that we have an impact, just to be smarter. You know, one thing that we do have some control over is our time and how we use it. And I just think the intention that's gone into this, and I know it came about for various reasons, but I think the end result is that we have a really staff-friendly calendar. And then, obviously, in my opinion, that's going to reflect on what we can provide students. So, thank you.
Thank you. So I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
I move that we adjourn.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. Meeting adjourned. Have a good night. For those who aren't joining us for the work.